This is my first time going live, and just want to make sure who hears me, who doesn't hear me. Um, I wish this had subtitles or something, but if you can hear me, let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Quality's not the best. It's a very old computer I'm using right now. I hope this helps and what I give you in this conversation. Greetings, family. My name is Edwina. This is my first time going live, and I wanted to talk about my brand and myself. The name of the brand that I started is called Empressive by Edwina. I'm really excited that the brand has been my evolution and my creation up until what I've been doing and what I've been journeying into ever since my manifestation through Rastafari. So greetings to those. Firstly, I want to talk about is my brand, how I started. So I started Empressive by Edwina since back in 2013. I'll say it wasn't called Empressive by Edwina; it was called Empress by Edwina. I just changed the name since last year, at the ending of last year, and said I needed to do a different game change because this was going to be 2020. This was going to be a moment where I share the most me and the most creations that I've been creating so far. For those who don't know me, it's my first time, and you can find me on Empressive. Oh man, I'm having bad connections, so bear with me. I hope it fixed. I hope it fixed. Yeah, I started my hand making skill back in 2013 when I was in college, and from there since on, I just start to create it more and more jewelry and different kinds of jewelry in different ways. You can find it on Impressive by Edwina on that Instagram page, and you can look at all the jewelry that I made so far on that. Um, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been very conscious about it and very life worthy at the same time. I started it so long ago, and during that, with me changing my eating habits and also changing my hair, my clothes, my way of life, and the way I wanted to be a different kind of person, a more loving person, and humble in a sense. Um, I've always been enough, like humble, but not as humble. Like almost like I needed different steps to be humble and overstand myself. Um, the jewelry really helped me along the way, and it just shaped the way I saw um, natural things and also living in a natural way. So I saw that in the jewelry. Um, I always loved jewelry. I always loved it authentic and hand making jewelry. Um, since I came to realize how much jewelry was, so beautiful in that way, and how it was people designing it, creating it in so many different ways. Um, I started that back in college, and it was so real. Like I just didn't know when it was gonna be, if it was gonna be a business, if it was gonna be anything I was gonna make out of. But I did start on it for a little bit, and up until 2018, I started to change a little bit in the jewelry. I started to lose my creativity a little bit, and picked it up back in 2019 a little bit. And then from there on, I started to create more and more different things. Um, I enjoy making handmaking jewelry so much that I'm comfortable in doing it and also expresses me more. Um, the jewelry is always to me, it's somewhat roots because I'm promoting very rootical pieces and different pieces that you never seen before. The earrings that I'm wearing right now is very different. Let's see if I can get this over my ear a little bit. So this is the newest kind that I post on the other website. Um, these are very new and my first out of the four pieces that I've made in the collection. And actually, it was two first pieces out of the collection, but I'm wearing the other pieces that I never showed before. At the same time, when I was wearing, you know, creating these new pieces, I wanted to ground myself to um, a collection and to a point where I wanted to represent men and women at the same in a different atmosphere, but men and women in different ways. So I started to design it and call it the Queen Collection. It's a signature line that I went with, and it represents colors: red, gold, green, and black. With those colors, it helps me understand how focused I wanted to be when it came down to the jewelry, and also when it came down to people, and especially women. I started the Queen Collection as soon as I dropped the name Impressive by Edwina. It was called Impressive by Edwina, and it really took me to an evolution style. Um, Impressive by Edwina seems so strong and seems so different when it came down to how I wanted to sum up everything about my jewelry and how much I was making so many different pieces. It was to a point where it came down to just um, like one thing, and it was just the colors because I am journey into the Rastafari movement, and I wanted to do something worthy and appreciate and give back to the community and give back to people who understand the movement, understand the liberty. The jewelry is very roots. It's very roots. I have some pieces that I want to show you. Um, this is some of the pieces that I made so far. I don't know if my camera is really good. Let me know. You're the first one who's actually watching me right now. So these are the pieces that I made so far. I'm trying to make sure it's steady enough that you can see. You could also find them on the website that you can see them better. So it's been it's been a journey. It really has been eye opening in a way to shape and mold me and to look in myself to see that, you know, jewelry is not only just making beautiful, pieces and making, I mean, it is beautiful. It is showing beauty. And that's the representation that it looks like. But, the hard work comes in, when people are seeing it and actually understanding it and also, putting the support into it. So I really was making sure that the support was there. When I first started to make jewelry back in 2013, it was different. When I first made those pieces, um, it was back in 2013, around 2013 and 2014, and I started to um, like open a little shop, like vendor some pieces out on like a street vendor or something out in Third Avenue. I started my first street selling. So when I first did that, I wasn't worried about if I had a license or a permit or anything. I just wanted to like show the pieces off, and that was my focus. I didn't care about buying, let people buy it. I really cared about people just staring at the piece and see how different they are and what it is that you see and what it is that you never seen before. You know, I really enjoy people just looking at the jewelry and just saying, "Oh gosh, those are very different." And I really like to see people just see that, and I was really getting a lot of that back in the time when I was not getting enough sales. It was interesting. Oops, sorry. It was very interesting. Um, it took some time. People from my building that I lived in with my parents took a liking on my jewelry and bought some pieces. When I started to sell those pieces, they only started at $5. That's how much pieces were, $5. So now, when I started to make other pieces back in 2018 and started to ground differently in different pieces, I started to keep the affordability of the pieces. So the earrings were $6. The bracelets were 5. The necklace was 10. Um, I think I'm missing, and oh, there were some rings. I made some rings, which was up until 2018. The rings was never there in 2013, so I didn't make too much rings then. Those were $2. It was very affordable, like I didn't want to break nobody's pockets. I didn't want to make anybody spend crazy money over, um, like it's not expensive. It's just real, authentic jewelry that you've never seen somebody, made. People would say this probably looked like it needs to be in a designer book or need to be in some type of like functions or type of modeling agency or something like that. But my jewelry was just basically very roots and very very authentic and very crafty. So I didn't make a big deal about making sure I had like sales out of it until up in 2019. That shocked the hell out of me when I didn't know what I was looking into, what I was getting myself into when I got into vending, networking, and vibing, doing all these different like pop-up areas, concerts, interviews, and it was really fun. And I really learned a lot, and a lot of people a lot along the way. Um, my jewelry really came a long way, and I started to change the name a little bit because I wanted something to like shake people, like almost like a shock, like the point where the jewelry was gonna be, this is it, this is all I'm making, and it's only these colors, and it's only gonna be designed in different ways how I create them. Um, it's been so interesting since it started up in 2019 when I first dropped the first two pieces to like almost like give it a leverage. Um, and I wish I had some pictures. I wish I had like something to show you and let you have an idea. But if you ever get a chance, you could just find me on Instagram, Empressivebyedwina, and you'll see from the jewelry from 2019 until it goes on up, and you see the timing of it. And it's been awesome. It's been real. Um, making this and having people look at the jewelry have made me realize I wanted to create a meaning for it, and the Queen collection was one of them. I wanted to promote respect the Queen and how the woman is when she is wearing the jewelry and how she is as a woman. Nurturing, caring, and making sure the youth is there and is getting the help that they need. So it was more in meaning in the Queen collection. So I wanted to create something separate for men and women and promote men and women in different ways. Um, most of my jewelry was mostly women when I first started to make them, and it still is. And now it's going to be different because now I'm adding the men in this, and this is great for the men because they're in this new name, Impressive by Edwina. So the King collection is very very. As a matter of fact, men's jewelry was the hardest thing. I always thought that I had a hard time making jewelry for, and when I first start making these men pieces, I'm gonna be like very something else when it comes down to women because I never made anything for the men. So I'm kind of like nervous because I don't know. Men can be very, very masculine and very different when it comes down to jewelry. And sometimes nowadays, the feminine is rubbing into the men a little bit, like almost like the jewelry is supposed to be a little like cute, but I don't want it to be cute. I want it to still say strong. I want it to still say masculine. I want to say, you know, that's the men. That's the men's jewelry. So yeah. So the King collection is coming up real soon, and that's in July. And I'm excited for that because that's dropping on Emperor Haile Selassie's Earth Strong, and that's gonna be amazing. So right now, I'm just focusing on the Queen collection and just getting those pieces out. Um, for me now, there's a lot different when it came down to how I wanted to create it, something to be as a comfort and also as a business to seek out and almost like financially be grounded and also help myself when times get rough. And that's why I started the collection and started the name and the brand and everything at the same time to stabilize and sustain yourself in a way to just you want to live, but you want to live comfortable and you want to live the way you want to. And that was my way I wanted to do. So I found it that the jewelry and the um, helped me to behave in a as a businesswoman and to learn how to be a businesswoman. Um, Still learning. The jewelry is now very, very different than everybody else's. And when I went to these different vendings and different pop-up shops that I been with people and met people, everybody had different things. They had either crochet scarves, they had handmade soaps and scrubs, they had jewelry, earrings, um, they had even like sponsors, like almost like little like agencies will come in and help give them like something to look forward, like health or something like that. They were there, a part of the vending and the pop-up shops too. um I wanted to show you this bracelet. This is one bracelet that I made into the collection. I don't know if you can see it properly, but this is a very flexible bracelet. I'm like right off topic a little bit, maybe. I just wanted to show what it looks like at this point. It's very flexible. It's beaded, wired, and it's a cuff bracelet. You can adjust it with any wrist, and that's why I like these because they help with people's wrists. And sometimes I don't know how to size people's wrists, so I try to make things that's easier and more flexible so people, go on them. Um, yeah, so the vending and the pop-up shops were very, very different for me and very eye-opening because I didn't realize how authentic and how much an impact my jewelry was going to make. And I really knew what I was going to, I didn't know what I was, well, I didn't know how far this was going to go, but at moments where I had like fantasies and knew what I wanted to do and wanted to be and how it was going to happen, it was just me trusting the journey and the manifestation along with it so I can behave a certain way and get things that get things that's deserving and that's worthy. And jewelry helped that way. So when I did let's say different pop-up shops, it was around the summer, and man, I didn't know how this was going to happen, how this was going to be. And when I started to like be open and be around people and learn from people. People just came to me. People came to me, and I was just like a different aura for people. It was very comfortable. It was very soft. It was very airy. It was very laid back, and that's what I was. And I just started to conversate with people, and people told me what they were doing. Oh gosh, the light is going away. Um, and while doing that, I met friends, I met talented ones, and we started to communicate and get to know each other, and learn from one another and what we did, and you know, so it was nice. While doing that, I did that at pop-up shops, especially vending, and I met people there, and it made it more comfortable. It made me aware. It made me, understand people's likes and dislikes when it came down to selling my pieces. Like I had a lot of people that probably didn't like shiny stuff, or especially shiny stuff, because some people think it's too flashy and don't see that you know it's nice. It's not. It's like different when it comes down to how you're making it and how people would wear jewelry. Because I learned that where people would tell me they love simple jewelry, and they don't like too much weight. It could be very light, and it's very simple. I started to make like very different earrings that were somewhat very different. I'm telling you, it's very different. um, and I started to make smaller pieces and very light pieces for people that didn't enjoy like different too much things on it, or just want a little bit of something but not all the way. And I was able to make those pieces for those ones, and they were like pretty much $6. The earrings were $6, but I started to make them, and they still are. And I was making them um, when doing that, and started to have my friends and people came, and people who I met started to see my pieces. It was surreal. It was different. People loved the pieces so much, and they asked me if I should have go into catalogs, like designers, and kind of like put your jewelry out there, and probably like design for models. You could have your pieces, and somebody will have probably shoes or clothes or something like that to help with styling. So that was helpful. I haven't got into styling yet, but it's looking to be one day to be there. Um, Going on now, it's been an eye opening. It's been every moment that I thought about and I dreamt about for a very long time surprised me, and it was good. And that's the thing. You never stop thinking about it. You never stop dreaming about it. You keep forward. You keep going forward, and you keep doing it until you see what can happen. And that's what happened to me. And I would say from the two pop-up shops back in last year, it was amazing. I did a pop-up shop in um in Brooklyn. Two pop-up shops in Brooklyn. I was in Brooklyn when I was living out there, and it was amazing. And these two were very, very attention seekers, and very, very out to the public. I did an interview with What's Up on TV. I did an interview with Power of Reggae, and I also I was about to do an interview with another. I don't remember the name, but I didn't get a chance. I was a shy person right there, and I just didn't want to do that one yet. But I did the other two interviews because those two is like less people that I had to deal with. Um, the Power Reggae interview. I, my gosh, that pop-up shop with the interviews, I sold most of my pieces, and that beat everybody. I'm sorry, but it beat everybody when I had to. showcase all my pieces, and it sold 15 pieces when I was there. Um, it made me realize how hard I was doing and how hard I was creating and making sure that I'm giving back natural jewelry and roots pieces because I was that way and I was me and this is me now. Um, this right now, I wanted to make sure you can have an idea. It's green. I wish I could have the light right now on right now, but certain someone is in the room right now, and I just wanted to have you see this color. But this is supposed to be a hand jewelry for women, and it's a green crystal beaded jewelry. And again, these colors are going to be in red, gold, green, and black. Um, this one here is also gold. I think you can see this one more better. And it starts off on the middle finger, and you just pretty much work your way down and make sure the jewelry hits the arm more. That's how you somewhat the jewelry. And I'm thinking that you wear these jewelry anywhere you want. It could be anywhere. It could be an event. It can be a wedding, concert, party, anything. I mean, it's meant to have like pieces that's gonna complement your way, your look, your rootical look as a queen. So this is the gold. I have the red. I don't have the black ready, but that's coming up real soon. This is red, and I cannot believe the red looks so big. Like it looked hot. Like the red looked hot. And this is the Queen collection. The Queen collection is the most oneness that sums up me now that I'm making in the signature line. So since then, making the jewelry and promoting the jewelry has made me realize that the name had to be more an example and more of a evolution of me. So I had to change the name to be impressive. Like, when you start calling something neat or it's looking good, you just start saying, "Oh, isn't that impressive?" Like it felt like it needed to be, because I had the word empress. I wanted to be something different, so I just put it as EMPRESSIVE, impressive. Take away the I and put the E in front of it. So impressive by Edwina. Now that turned the whole line differently because I started to drop waist beads and necklaces as my first two pieces that I made when I was making the signature line, and that sold. That sold. When I sold those pieces, this was at Sobeys in New York. When I sold those pieces, those were at Sobeys, New York, and we did a big launch tour where we had this petition. We were petitioning for Emperor Haile Selassie and his coronation day to become a holiday, which was going to be on November 2nd, 1930 of that time. So that was the moment where I had to show my waist beads and my necklaces. I only had them four colors, four necklaces, and four waist beads, and they were both each was $10 each, and I sold them all. I sold them all, And that was livid. I was livid to sell so much. And I couldn't believe it. I didn't have any other jewelry but the waist beads and the necklace. And that shocked the hell out of me when I saw all of it. I didn't think it was going to be a big statement. I didn't think it was going to happen. And this actually did a difference. Um, I'm going to switch earrings, but I'm going to still talk. Um, that made a difference when I saw the collection and what it was meant for, because that was the Queen collection. Queen collection was everything. So the launch tour was bliss. It was awesome. Everybody that came out signed the petition and provided their names. They provided their phone numbers and where they came from, and we pretty much add them into the amount of people that we were trying to seek. We was trying to seek 15,000, but ended up seeking 14,000. But the journey goes on. The journey becomes different now, and it started to you know become well known and more different now, because now we're seeking a more than 15,000 signatures now. And this launch tour started in Massachusetts, and from there on it went from Massachusetts to Connecticut, and then from Connecticut we started to go out in New York, and from New York we went from Jamaica. Now, while that was happening, I ended up selling less than I was when I was selling in New York. And it was very different, because when I was selling the pieces out in Jamaica, it wasn't like I did a lot of showcasing of my jewelry, but I had to collect overstanding ones and letting people know about the petition, letting people know about the coronation of Emperor Haile Selassie, who didn't know and who knew already, and made their signatures be known. Um, it was a very, very crucial. It was very, very like a learning experience, and it's been a journey. Living to see that you're living for a cause, you're living for a meaning, and this touched my soul. This made me look at my life and look at how I wanted to. When I started my journey was the same understanding and making sure that I became, one with this understanding. And Rastafari really, really, really put me in a place where I really wanted to understand how I wanted to be and take away the dirty habits that I didn't need anymore. And it was pretty much toxic for me and didn't help my growth, my growing. Um, wearing the other pieces on my ears right now. These are the red. I don't know if I call these Queen Way. This is the Queen Way, or this is Queenie. Queenie. Um, while I was in Jamaica, most of my time was pretty much getting signatures and making sure people understand what the petition was all about. And I felt like I was home. I felt home. I felt grounded. I felt like there was more to be done than just doing the petition. It was more like having a conversation and even getting people to, remember, this is not nothing new. This is just other people or more different ones that's showing the same, telling you the same thing, but telling it in their own way. And my way was showing people that, I'm a hand making, jewelry. And based on that, that was a part of me, along with petitioning into the petition to get in these signatures. As far as that, the signatures was not enough, but we are now seeking more. The website to that um, is www.unjaiselassie.org. And you can find that page and information in that page where it speaks about our as how we started to petition 15 signatures for the from I am forgetting already. Um, let's see, hold on a minute. Well, anyway, I would say that started in February, and we started that on February 11th, I believe. I believe February 11th, and we came back. I might be wrong, but it's somewhere in February. But I know I came back somewhere around for 25th, and 17, 18. I'm not really, I forgot already, but it was a fun one. Um, we had to do that for at least up until 40 days, up until 40 days, and till um, March. I'm not getting this right. I'm mixing up the days and the months. It just was 40 days. Um, it was to get 15,000 signatures, but we managed to get 4,026 signatures then, and now we're seeking to get more than the 15,000. We're seeking 144,000 signatures in the UN committee, which we're moving forward now. Um, Doing that and being part of such a well opportunity and a learning experience. I got to learn um, a lot of different people, a lot of bandmates, a lot of different artists, a lot of people. And first person that I met it was Denroy Morgan. He is the father of Morgan Heritage. I met him through um, a good person named Jonathan. Thanks for him and his glory into Jah and making his word be in it. So it was through him I met him, and also I met other people, which was the band, the Black Eagles. I met a lot of different people that played instruments, and unfortunately, it was me who was not an instrumental player. I wasn't a singer, but I was there, helped merchandise and helped showcase even on the side my pieces. And it was like almost like going hand in hand and helping each other out and making it human. So that was fun. We stayed at Denroy's house, his temple. His temple was very big. He had a lot of space. He had a lot of rooms, and that's pretty much his family home where his kids and he raised his kids, and they are out and about, and they already the spotlight in the public eyes right now. Um, while doing that and petitioning it was a journey. It was an experience. It was a learning experience, and I really learned how to, you know, be a talker. I was really a talker, and then I was really a motivator. So I had to motivate people. I had to let people know about what was going on, and see that this is something that you didn't want to miss. This is a focus. Um, the jewelry was very hard for me, but at the end, we went and we celebrated more, and we launched the official launch at Denroy's Temple, and that was the last of the tour that we did. So I ended up selling the Queen collection around that time. And with that being said, I didn't sell it, but I gave it to one queen, and she represented the Queen collection very queenly, and it looked lovely on her ears. These are the black ones. And I can make these colors in one color. I can make a mix. I can make red, green, and gold. I can make red, green, and black. And I could also make green, gold, and black. And you got black flower, you got Jamaican color, and you have the Rasta color. There's three colors, and they're mixed in different ways. These are the black ones that I got on my ears right now. Just thanks for holding the space with me and also having me talk. Let me know who you are. Send me a little chat. Send me a little information. Say hello or something. I get shy when even though you're just one person, but it's just used to doing things like this. But I'm just getting used to them. Um, yeah. So with being said, the launch petition tour was a success in different ways, and we were able to show ourselves, and we basically went to different parts in Jamaica. We went to St. Thomas, we went to Negril, we went to Portland, we went to um, went to so many different places in Jamaica. I think it was less than probably like 6 or maybe 4 places, because some places repeated themselves, so we had to make a ring. We pretty much, I know we were on the road for 1 or 2 days, and we didn't even sleep. The journey was well prepared and well receiving. Um, these earrings that I have on right now, these are Queen of Music. Now, the reason why I call these Queen of Music because the shape that they look like, it's like a note. I'm sorry, my mother is talking and she's interrupting my live at this moment. This is the Queen collection, and these are called Queen of Music. These shape like a note, like a music note. And I just said these are gonna be called Queen of Music. We have so many different people that's Queen of Reggae, Queen of Hip Hop, Queen of Dancehall, Queen of Queen of Soul. And I wanted to call these earrings Queen of Music. And these are the music earrings that I have on right now, and these are green. So Jamaica was a beautiful experience, and I've been to Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica a very long time. It was when I was little and a little bit more growing up. But I didn't go to Jamaica when I was getting older. It was like less times I was going, and it was like haven't seen Jamaica in such a long time. So I was able to travel on this trip by myself for the first time traveling, and that was different. That was first time and everything, and I enjoyed it. Coming back from Jamaica, yeah, man, I didn't want to come back. I didn't want to come back. I wanted to just stay, but work calls and everything. So when we came back to Jamaica, we had an interview to do. And with that being said, the interview helped let us know ourselves, let us know that we also had a movement. Now, that movement was called Word Sound Power Movement. Now, that movement was created and for us to let people know that we are a powerful movement, and we have different talents in this movement, and that made me realize my journey and my path in life, and how hard I had to make sure I need to be as a hand maker jewelry, and it really prepared me, like with the name change and even with the things that came into last year prepared me. It really had me on a different horizon and different frequency. And these are red. These are also Queen of Music, and they're red. So I really enjoy having those people that were with me, and also, you know, who I knew and who I didn't know. And even when I didn't know, they were very genuine and very nice. And we still had a good time. I'm gonna put on these. Um, Denver was very, very like, when I look at that man, I was like, what? He moving like this? He got all this energy. And he an old man, he an old man. And when he was on stage and he done dance and he done parade, oh, he was our leader. He was like almost like, it's like we were like 12 tribes behind him, and we was just following his lead and making sure he put us in the right footsteps. So it was like one of those like them Bible people in there. So this is the mix of other ones. And this is why I like, you know, when it comes down to the earrings and how I make them, like it will start to like, adjust certain different ways that you put them on. And then you just pretty much adjust the earrings, because it's gonna move. It's gonna do different things. So you're gonna realize that it's gonna do some things. So this is the red, green, and gold. And this is Queen of Music. Sure, these are all the self-existent. Make sure this has its way up in there. Yeah. Queen of Music. Queen of Music. It moves a lot. You just have to like keep it in. Just don't worry about it so much. It's gonna adjust in its own way, and that's the thing. Like it's like almost like I am not your hair. I am not my jewelry. Let the jewelry does its own thing. It will correct itself back when it's ready to do that. Um, Jamaica was beautiful to journey out there. So I did an interview with Power Reggae. That was a success. I able to talk a little bit more. I talked about my jewelry more. I talk about how where to find me and why I'm making jewelry this way. And this is something that's part of my um, my journey and my lifestyle. Um, Really and truly, I really want to keep natural jewelry alive, and a lot of other things natural and back in perspective. And jewelry was one of them. Jewelry to me, I like when I see different pieces and it's beautiful and very, very roots. And that was me when I was transitioning through my period of 2013 of eating, changing my hair, and also my clothes, and my way, how I you know behave in a certain way. Like had to like almost like overstand certain things and like know what I was getting myself into. And that was more to the journey as different trials and tribulation came along with it. Um, I started a GoFundMe page. This is also helping the brand name and also helping my journey out to Africa. I was planning to go out there this year, but due to the corona, and I'm sure you're aware of it, that the corona is kind of making things rough out here, and it's making people sad and people scared. Um, but don't be scared, don't be afraid, don't do those two things because you're gonna create bad enzyme in you that's gonna um, make you feel terrible, make you not live or even die good. That's bad enzyme that you're releasing, and that's what the emotion is doing if you're thinking it fearful. Um, it's just people need to understand the way they were, I think people need to consume differently and probably eat certain foods back in their diets, especially greens, which is the most important. I'm gonna turn on the light because it's getting dark. Yes. Just need to turn on the light because it's getting too dull. And it is still dull right now, but my camera is not the best. Um, where was I? Yeah, the coronavirus is very, very deadly at this point, and people are just in a panic mode. They don't know what to do. They're home and they don't know what to do. They're cleaning. What are we cleaning? We have to not clean just outside. We have to clean internally because that's supposed to be in the focus. And weak immune system is part of it. And part of that, we have to start eating more greens to strengthen our immune system again. And we have to remain strengthening and remain having it, that green juice or that salad or both, because we don't know when this is going to go away. And it's just saying. The greens is the most powerful source. And I'm saying this because they get the most sunlight and you can get the most oxygen. So you're getting two for the price of one. So you're it's just saying get those in your stomach. And it's just real talk. If you don't want to feel sick, and you don't want to feel so horrible, you don't want to die, something like this is something created by man, and we know exactly where it came from. It's just that we started out too late and we weren't prepared, and it seems like we're still, you know, struggling harder than we are when we are trying to get all the things that we need, and it's just barely. Um, a lot of people is dying. The numbers are just growing, and it just keeps rising to 100 to 100. It's not cutting it into probably none at all. And I'm very disappointed so far when it came down to how they presented it, and even how they say some people recovered. Where are these people that's not talking? We need the people that talked, who went through it and recovered from it, and need to talk how they recovered. If not, we're just gonna get missed it to know what we should do, or we're never gonna know what to do. And they're just gonna keep saying you need to wait out for a vaccine. But I'm telling you right now, do not wait for them to give you the vaccine. Do not wait for them to give you the vaccine because it's not going to say you're going to be all right for the long run or for the rest of your life. You'll probably be on something worse. Once that vaccine, you might be on something worse. You might be fighting other things and you might be on medication for the rest of your life. We don't know how good that vaccine is going to be. So it's better off to start going back to greens and go back to natural living so that you can probably get back to food that you're supposed to eat. You know? So eat greens. Greens are so good for us. We have to go back into that liberty how we used to eat. Um, I didn't want to talk about that, but I mean, this is conversation. I like to talk about different things. Um, yes, Empressive by Edwina has been very, very fulfilling and very, very moving. And I also wanted to talk about how I'm going to be a doula one day. I feel so strongly when it comes down to natural birth and keeping that alive. Part of the Queen Collection is like part of me too, in it, shaping and molding me as a queen, and also helping my existence and my lineage to live up to an expectation. And kids can come and people can see it. Especially women. We need empresses. We need queens. We need. I need my queens. And the thing is, it's not about me. I need the queens to see this queen collection. It's a part of them, and you have a story to tell. And the same thing goes with the kings, because I need the kings. You got eventually I'm going to need a king to talk to this king collection. It can't be just me, because I'm just a woman. So I'm going to need the king to talk about themselves and talk about their king in this king collection. You know, that's why I started the king and queen collection, because I want to remain balanced. And also, when it comes out to couples, you can see what I mean when it comes down to the both of them, and even how they're shaping themselves and how they love and kids and love themselves and make a difference into showing good parenting and good coupling. So part of that queen collection is where I'm going forward with that. Um, it's just been interesting since I've been doing the queen collection, and I'm so ready to drop the king collection, but I'm not rushing it. Still got time. Still got time. I'm also a model. I also model my own pieces and design to showcase pieces like this. I can show you the jewelry more better now that the light is on. This is the green. This is the green. This is the green. It's just when I think about jewelry and I think about how it's supposed to look. I mean, I'm thinking about how humble a woman is gonna look when she's wearing the jewelry, and how respected. Because that's the thing. I want to bring back respect back to women. Got these women out here that's like, they being themselves, but when they be themselves and they start to behave very derogatory, and and it's the thing when it comes down to dance, because people don't realize dance is a ritual, and women is very good at doing that, because they can move their body very sexual and very, very um in different times was needed. So dance is very important. It's a ritual. It's like something that speaks to us, because this is running in our ancestors, and back when it comes back to Africa, it comes back to the way the beating of the drum is, and how that is very like vibrating. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring that in perspective, is respect for women and how they are and what they're doing. That's why I want this collection to be that woman to talk about themselves and talk about how they want to, be a person, that person that they say they are. There's so many different things. The doula is part of my strengthening. The jewelry is part of that strengthening, in the Queen collection alone, in the impressive way, just giving it more strength. Um, this year is, in these couple months, has been very rough, because we're able to now start showcasing our pieces or even show whatever creativity that we have now online. It's going to be more online than it is on outside in public, and now people are forced to stay inside because of all the different things that's happening in our world. So I wanted to make sure that I can showcase my pieces and my line in so many different ways, and to able to reach people in the most way, and to help ones who don't know how to strengthen themselves and don't know how to don't know what to do. Um, that's why I wanted to be able to reach out to people using this live. So it will be very different at times when I'm living and even how I'm showcasing the jewelry. And definitely going to keep talking about the jewelry, and definitely going to have different like meanings and content for talking from jewelry and making it more interesting. I definitely will try my best and live up to their expectations and do my best in making sure, you know, the jewelry gets fulfilled. Your kind of jewelry or whatever you find interesting in my pieces get fulfilled, because all of my earrings that I so-called made was different, and it shocked me when I made like these earrings that looked like a womb, and they were like two ovaries, and in the middle looked like the womb. So it was like representing a woman in that one, in that earring. And then I started to make two earrings that looked like a kid. One was kidneys and the other one was breasts. And I didn't realize I was making earrings like that until I saw myself saying, "Look, those look like kidneys." But you'll eventually see those earrings on the website and also on the page. Just anything goes right. And so Impressive by Edwina. And you could also find my GoFundMe page on that too, because I'm also looking into some support in the name and also helping the brand and the pieces for the brand to create, and also for the next journey I tried to trot out to Africa to also promote the journey. And I just got finished my first GoFundMe page, and it's just starting. My first funding amount will be around 2020, pretty much 2020. Not much. I mean, I'm not expecting a whole lot in one day, but little as the day goes on. So I do give thanks. Who is this person? And thank you for watching. And I will do another live next time. Stay blessed, stay healthy, love yourself, love your kids, love your wife or your husband, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, grandma. Keep them close, because we're going to need them all at this time. I mean, this is not a bad time when it comes down to who never, see their parents in a long time or just never spend time with their family, and this is a good time. And there's a lot of ways to make money nowadays, so don't get discouraged, don't struggle too hard. We're all in this together, and we are going to stand united. And as a black woman talking to you right now, that's all I care about is unity and oneness and respect. And we are here for each other. Nobody's not doing this alone. We are here for each other. Not a job that says you are doing a job by yourself. You're doing a job with some help. Whether you got that job, whether you going to a job, you're going there with some help. Somebody's taking you there. So you're never alone. Just a reminder. Give thanks. Stay blessed.